People often think that to break into the tech industry, you gotta have a technical background or relevant experience. So I spent more than 100 hours researching and networking with experts in the tech field to find out whether it is true or not. And this is what I learned. Technology companies announced massive layoffs last year. 2023 has been much worse. So far, layoffs have far outpaced those in all of 2022. As tech giants, including Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, and other companies, announced job cuts and reorgs. I still remember clearly when my company started laying off people last year in 2022. I was very lucky to be there because I was working in a tech company as a project manager. Suddenly, top management decided to close their operations in North America. And as a result, I received the awesome perk of unlimited, unpaid time off.
Amazon is on a hiring spree. Today, the company says it's looking to bring aboard 33,000 people for corporate and tech roles in the next few months.
The problem is that big tech went on a hiring binge during the pandemic. And actually, when lockdowns happened, it actually sparked a tech buying spree from consumers, buying a lot of stuff on e-commerce. And in order to support the remote work of those tech workers, they hired a lot of people. This was actually the first time I was facing a mid-career crisis during that time. I wanted to keep developing my skills, and for some reason, something was telling me that I should try to learn how to code. Actually, the competition is even more fierce than before. You're competing with experienced people, computer science grads. There was one time that actually I was walking around the streets of downtown, and I saw an ad saying 98% of hire rates. I saw something that could give me a competitive advantage, and that's why I decided to take a coding bootcamp. By the time I survived the coding bootcamp, it was right during the tech recession. Turns out that the companies now don't find the bootcamp's grads as valuable as before. And to stand out and get a swipe right, just like Tinder, you have to think outside of the box. After the bootcamp, I did talk to a few recruiters and even friends that work in known companies like Twitter and Amazon. So notice that you recently took a software engineering bootcamp. I've coded some time, for a long time already. I've also been working on my own personal projects and open source projects as well. Awesome, we got a tons of roles open. Send me your CV and I'll get back to you really soon. Great!
2,000 years later.
Actually, I just took a look at your profile again, and unfortunately, our company's looking for mid-level with tons of experience. I think a junior role would be really suitable for me. You need at least 3 to 5 years of experience, by the way.
NANI?
I was discouraged and tried for many months, and nothing has worked. And after some time, I wasn't really confident that I would be able to break into the tech industry. On a side note, I always thought that to earn the big money, it was absolutely necessary to be a rocket scientist, aka super technical. But I learned it was not necessarily the case. Until one day, during a tech networking event, I met up with industry experts, and advice that they gave me was totally unexpected. They changed my approach in terms of job hunting. Have you ever read job descriptions for some roles and felt that there might be things that possibly you have done before or might have experience with? Like doing the laundry? If so, I've done it for more than 15 years. But in all seriousness, while I was doing research, I found tons of resources indicating that there are skills that many of us might have. I actually never thought that I could leverage my existing skills. I still struggled with imposter syndrome. What I learned from my coffee chats with experts was that it's not about trying to match every single thing that is required to do the job. It's the way how you craft or tell your story, be able to match what the company is looking for in that position. The skills that you don't tell people about, for example, your unique ability to manage projects, organizational skills. What about those problem-solving skills, making you the most tech-savvy person in the world? Imagine if you could turn your natural ability to, let's say, for example, to talk to people into a language that even the geekiest of coders could understand. Your communication skills are magic. And, let's not forget that creativity also, it's really useful. So now that you've uncovered your secret sauce, this is all about harnessing your already existing talents or transferable skills. Most things on the internet will tell you to do the same things in order to find a job. And I struggled, and I believed that getting tons of certificates and degrees online could actually do the job. But there is something that people and most companies appreciate the most, and that is offering a solution or solving their organizational problems or the challenges they're actually facing. How can we solve their problems then? This would be the way how I do it. Just ask. That might not work. Maybe just doing some research about the company and offering things that you could see that could improve, maybe that could help. Another creative approach that I found thanks to the coffee chat is researching the company and trying to find out what challenges those companies are currently facing. Employers really value candidates taking initiative and offer suggestions backed up with evidence. This approach can apply for various roles ranging from software engineering, product manager, or any other roles. Remember, the goal is to be as creative as possible because the more different things we try, our chance of success will inevitably increase. Make sure you gain some practical experience. Picture yourself waking up in the morning. You do your morning routine and realize that you're about to start your productive day. But then suddenly you realize that you forgot to plan ahead of time and start to do whatever comes into your mind. And when you least expect it, the day is over. It sounds like a pain point, isn't it? Whether it is finding a solution for people that struggle with productivity, any personal projects that can add value under your personal brand always helps. After applying for jobs for months, I decided I was really discouraged and decided to go to church. In order to cheer me up, while I was there, I bumped into another person. After chatting up for a bit, I realized we had some activities in common. This small connection opened opportunities into the industry. That person was a product manager at a company and helped me with tons of advice, offered me to refer my CV. So circumstances can be a blessing in disguise. Building relationships can really open doors. When I was that set on trying to break into the tech world, I thought that going back to school might be the best solution, but spending another few years at school wouldn't be a feasible option. Everything that you want to learn can be actually found online. If you're not sure what kind of tech career you would like to pursue, doing research on roles that you are interested in can give you an idea if they're a good fit for you. On my side, I actually took a coding bootcamp as I mentioned earlier in this video, but I realized that coding actually wasn't really for me. I actually didn't see myself coding 24/7 the whole day. So instead of making the jump and investing a lump sum of money in a program like a bootcamp like me, over 10K plus, it's better to do some preliminary research. Once you're really sure, you can try curated courses relevant to the area on which you want to focus on. Actually, that will help you equip yourself with the fundamental skills required for that discipline. I know that breaking into the tech industry can really feel overwhelming, but guess what? We've all been there. I am there right now. Every successful techie or successful person out there in this industry once felt the same way. Take a deep breath, embrace the challenge, and remember that with determination and persistence, you're bound to make it. Believe in yourself because greatness awaits. I will be also updating y'all on my journey to landing a job, and I hope that experience is a really great way to use it as a reference. These tips that I actually gave you might be helpful for you. If you haven't tried them out yet, you never know. Or you can, make it a different way. You can actually share on the comments. All these approaches are a great way to get started, but find the one that works best for you and stick to it. If you want to know more about whether coding bootcamps are actually worth it in 2023, click on this video to find out whether it is a viable option for you.